and across British Columbia, French immersion enrollment is down. There's a new province-wide study that shows that teacher shortages, limited supports, and student attrition in high school are putting a strain on the French immersion system. The BC Ministry of Education and Childcare says it is making progress building capacity in the French education sector. But here to talk about that with us today is Michel Pouliot from Canadian Parents for French B.C. and Yukon. Michel, hi there. A very good afternoon to you.
Bonjour, Gloria.
So what can you tell us about what's behind this decline in French immersion enrollment?
Well, there's a whole host of reasons, really, and certainly supply and demands are at the heart of it. The supply of qualified teacher has been a big factor. As you know, there's a big labor shortage when it comes to qualified teachers. It's even more difficult to find qualified French-speaking teachers, and so that plays a role for sure. And, since the COVID, we've seen a bit of a decline, or, we plateaued just before COVID, and we've got a little bit of a decline now. But the demand has remained strong, and so it really is a question of building capacity to keep up with the demand.
I see. Well, what can you tell me about the current demand?
Well, most school districts still have wait lists when it comes to French immersion programs. One of the things that we're lacking at this point is a dashboard to really kind of keep track of what the situation is across the various districts. And so that's one of the recommendations to the report, is to create a dashboard to really get a good sense as to what the situation is across the board.
You know, we did reach out to the Minister of Education, Lisa Bear, who told us BC is expanding both undergraduate and graduate French education programs at UBC Okanagan, at Simon Fraser University, that BC also supports the continued growth of the new French teacher education program at the University of Victoria. In your view, how far does that go?
Well, I think we've got a little bit of ground to make up. A few years ago, or a number of years ago, universities decided, or the Ministry of Education decided it was time to reduce the number of enrollment in the teaching profession, because the perception was that there was too many teachers. I think that COVID accelerated sort of early retirement from a number of teachers, and so we're at a stage now where we need to ramp up the formation of teachers, and so those are steps in the right directions, and so we hope that we're going to be able to catch up in the next little while.
Okay. We talked about the teachers and the challenge in recruiting teachers in time to make a difference as well. What about the students? I understand 1 in 5 French immersion students choose to leave the program before graduating grade 12. Why is that?
There's a range of reasons. Certainly one of them is that children with special needs or with learning difficulties, it's difficult to get the kind of support, the learning assistants that are able to speak French and support them through French immersion programs. So there's a certain number of them that are just not able to keep up because the support services are not in place. But I also think that in order to thrive in a Francophone environment, you need to be able to speak French as much as possible. And so I think that life and culture outside the classroom is also really important. And so I think that there's some room to grow, I think, in that aspect of things to make Francophone life more vibrant for students.
I see. So after reading this report that has just come out, what would you say are some of the top things that you would really like the government and the school districts to do sooner rather than later?
Yeah, I think some investments in educational assistants that are Francophone would be important to support students that struggle a little bit more. I do think that the teachers that choose to teach French immersion, have a harder task ahead of them, because there's a lack of French or Francophone resources for them to draw from. And so, I would like to see learning networks for French immersion teachers, and an opportunity for them to share resources across and to get professional development specific to French immersion teachers. I do think that that's an area that needs some work. I do think that we need a bit of a campaign to promote French immersion in the Francophone culture across the province, because I think that it's oftentimes people are just not aware of how vibrant Francophone culture can be, and how the benefits of children taking part in French immersion programs.
Okay, so if parents are listening right now, maybe they're on the wait list, maybe they want to sign up. What should they and what should we all be watching for the next school year as a sign of progress?
Well, that's a very good question. I would like, again, to see some investments in learning assistant for Francophone students. I would like to see the formation of a task force provincially to tackle the challenges of French immersion growth and development. And I would like more studies like the one that we did this year to take place. I think that it was a good opportunity to kind of take stock as to where we're at. We've identified some challenges and some opportunities, and so it would be nice to be able to monitor progress over time.
Michel, pleasure to meet you. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you, Gloria. My pleasure.
That is Michel Pouliot with Canadian Parents for French B.C. and Yukon. And we've got this on our website, too, or you can read the full report on the French immersion enrollment trends. Go to their website, cpf.ca, cpf.ca.